afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of The World, where we bring you the latest news updates from around the world. I'm Ahram Online, and we start off with Ahram Online that reads, Sisi invites Egypt's political parties for dialogue on Monday. News item continues to read, after 7 months in office, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has decided to meet with leaders of the country's political parties, including the opposition, a few months before Egypt's first parliamentary elections. The chairman of several political parties told Ahram Online that al-Sisi's presidential office contacted them by phone, asking them to attend a meeting with the president on Monday at the presidential palace in East Cairo district of Heliopolis. Chairman of the Liberal Reform and Development Party, Mohammed Anwar al-Sadat, said that he received a phone call from the presidential office inviting him to a dialogue with the president. Constitution Party spokesman Khalid Dawood confirmed party head Hala Shukrallah also received the same invitation. The next news item we have is from the Egypt Independent that reads, Egypt rejects Ethiopia dam storage capacity. The news item itself reads, Egypt has objected to the storage capacity of Ethiopia's Grand Renaissance Dam currently under construction, which it fears will negatively affect the Nile water shares. Ala Yassin, spokesperson on the Ethiopia dam issue in Egypt's irrigation ministry, called for decreasing the dam's capacity currently at 74 billion cubic meters, as this will have an adverse effect on Egypt's water supply. Yassin stated that his country's studies on the dam have shown that the capacity is unjustified and technically unacceptable. In October, Ethiopia said it had completed 40% of the construction necessary for the $4.2 billion project, adding that the first stage of the dam will be operational from June 2015. Well, let's take a short break and then come back again to World Today.
Be the first to know. The news live at the site of the event. Information on events as they are happening. If it's breaking news, it's Nile TV. Have you got a good story? Get in touch with Nile TV. Send us your videos, pictures, and stories. Email us on our website. Contact us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. And also Google+. Be part of making the news. Only on Nile TV International.
Nile TV International is your gateway to all the breaking news events across the world. We're the most constant news service of the world. We make all the difference.
The entire world is shifting towards social media. That's why we're following you and we're capturing the latest.
We provide you with minute-by-minute updates of the latest events happening around the world.
Reading beyond the news. We bring you the truth and nothing but the truth with a strong network coverage from all over Egypt.
You'll still be in the majors. It will be just a different sport.
News updates minute by minute. Where we have been, where we stand now, and where we want to be in the future.
Whatever is making the headlines will bring you the story.
Welcome back. We're joined right now by Dr. Heba Beshbeshy, a political analyst. Good afternoon to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Let's start off with the daily news of Egypt that reads as Sisi receives Iraqi Prime Minister to discuss bilateral relations and terrorism. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met with the Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi in Cairo to discuss bilateral relations and cooperation between the two countries. During the presidential palace meeting, al-Sisi also asserted that Egypt supports Iraq in its war against Daesh group in Iraq and Hashem. Al-Sisi said his government would provide aid and support to Iraq, asserting that Egypt's security is entwined with Iraqi security. The Iraqi premier emphasized the victories of the Iraqi forces of all kinds and divisions achieved. He added that the Iraqi government is determined on freeing all the lands from terrorist gangs that Daesh occupies it. Al-Abadi met also with Egyptian Prime Minister Ibrahim Mahlab, with whom he discussed the agreement to provide Egypt with Iraqi oil. How do you see the significance of such a visit, and especially since we're also fighting terrorism here in Egypt?
I think this visit is impact the negative and positive points in our relation between Egyptian and Iraqi people, and to try to progress our relationship between us and this country, because they have a big problem. It's called Daesh.
Yes.
I think we must have more efforts to face they thought and they petition to have all of the world, all of the Arab world. And we know that Egypt have some of residents, yes, for these groups of have takfiri thought or jihad.
Yes.
And I think we can to do something with the experience for Iraqi people in nowadays. And I think they have a good plan to face the Daesh groups. Try to have what about the secure of all of our societies. Sisi have something of thought.
Yes.
And this is, I think, it's a new leaders in Arab area.
Yes.
We haven't this way in thought of leaders. This is the first time we have to think and listen about a leader in Arab area.
Yes.
Speak about a new vision from Muslims for all of the world. And we support this and try to have a good imagination and a good thought.
So do you think that Egypt is going to try to assist somehow in security in Iraq?
Yes, I think. From our forces, our military forces must have a role in this way. And we have basic in Egypt, and we have experience really. Just we can try to help these people to face this crazy groups called Daesh and another way. Yes.
Okay. Let's move on to the Daily Star that reads, Lebanon army identifies Tripoli suicide bombers. The Lebanese army had released the names of 2 suicide bombers who killed 9 people in the second city, Tripoli, in the latest violence linked to the conflict in neighboring Syria. The attack on a cafe in a Tripoli neighborhood mainly inhabited by members of the Alawite sect of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad was claimed by the Syrian branch of Al-Qaeda. Security sources said the bombers were both Lebanese from a Sunni district of Tripoli, known for its sympathy for the rebels fighting to topple the Damascus regime. They were both residents of the Manukban district, which lies just 500 meters from the Jabal Mohsen, according to the army. Security sources told AFP that Khalil, who's 20, had been wanted by authorities on suspicions of having links to extremist groups of taking part in deadly fighting with Jabal Mohsen residents last year. How do you see this incident? I mean, Lebanon already has suffered quite tremendously from civil wars in the past, and now refugees from Syria and spilling from the conflict.
Just look, this news make me shocked because Lebanon have more attacks in Lebanon, terrorist attacks. I don't know why, just Lebanon. They have more groups, have more political experience, have more branches of political leaders. I don't know why Lebanon, but I think Syria haven't a role in this attack.
Yes.
This is my thought and I think about this. What have Syria today to do with in Lebanon? I think Syria have a big problem.
Yes.
And have more killers and have not good environment. Have more things in Syria. I think no, Syria haven't a role in
Yes.
this bombing, and we will try to understand and see which group have
But it's
a
all
good reason,
international
yes, have a good
terrorism.
reason about this. Yes, it's terrorism. In
At the
France
end-
we have terrorism. In
Yes.
Lebanon we have terrorism.
Yes.
In Egypt we have that.
They're all connected, aren't they? The
Yes.
terrorist groups together are connected.
Not connected in this area. I think it's have a specialist specialist ways
Yes.
in this area. We have some groups have attacks, have a conflict between
Yes.
and we will see the political conflict in Syria, Lebanon, in these ways, have another way, have another track, have another view. They can have a violence in these ways and in this area. We see if they are